It is the last video. You have all made it. I have left you guys in my other video arriving to the airport in Miami on my way home, basically. I did not like this experience. First off, it's my first real time in Miami airport. The vibes were off, number one. Number two, I flew with Frontier, which immediately was a bad decision. It took me 30 minutes simply to get my baggage checked in, and this was the line. There was no line, really. There was like 3 people ahead of me. But everyone else was also annoyed. There were like people standing on the side of the line. It was not well received, whatever was going on there. But went through TSA, got to my gate, hung out for a little bit, and got on my plane home. I figured you guys have seen enough videos of me in planes and did not record that flight. But this is me arriving to JFK, and I could have gone home because honestly that was the plan. But I also decided to just go on a little, just go somewhere else. So this is me going to the shuttle or train, I don't know, that JFK has. And I, on the shuttle decided to not go home immediately. Also, it is freezing where I'm at. I landed in Miami and there was snow. No, landed in Miami, oh my god. Landed in JFK and there was snow. And I only had that hoodie I was wearing, so that adds to the problem. But I will, I guess, get to that in a little bit. This is me going on the light rail. I had to ask a hopeful bystander to figure out how I had to buy the tickets, but I bought them and I got on the train eventually. And did I tell you it was cold? So me and that hoodie against the world, and it was not working. And there's something about taking the train that just kind of makes me feel like the main character. I don't know what it is. Finding your track and getting on the right one. Hopefully I did get on the wrong one once, but I thankfully found out right before it left and got off. But as long as you know what you're doing, taking the train is pretty chill, to be honest. This is the first train. This is the train I'm gonna take to Penn Station. And yeah, you see that snow? I just came from Miami and there's snow. Rude as heck. Anyway, so here I am. I actually don't know where I am. This is probably Penn Station, to be honest. And this is where my adventure begins. So I don't know if I mentioned before that it was cold. I don't think I did, but if I already did, this was my plan. I went into one of these tiny bathrooms and put on 3 shirts and my hoodie, since I had my suitcase. So that was my plan. Did it help? Yes. Did it work completely? No. My hands were frozen by the end of the trip, and you will see. And here I am in New York City. New York City, the Great Apple. It wasn't as packed as I thought it was going to be. Usually there's just people everywhere just doing all kinds of stuff. And if you think I was embarrassed taking my suitcase around, no, because it's New York City and everyone is carrying a suitcase or a parka or a kayak on their heads. No one cares in New York City. So my first destination is Grand Central Station, I believe. I just thought back and I realized I'd never been to this very famous train station, even though I just came from a train station myself. So I walked, I think, a total of 25 minutes from Penn Station, saw random parks, saw the New York Library, all to end up at the Grand Central Station, the one from the movies, just to be able to say that I've seen it, because I had never seen it. and my hands were so stinking cold. Like, I could barely shut them. I think I'm showing you right now, like, that's literally all the range of motion that I had. So this is some park. I don't know the name of this park, but they had like ice skating there, and then right next to it was the New York Library. I did not go in. I wanted to, but like I was freezing. I was so cold. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna look outside and, just skip it for today. There is something about New York City that has, a certain amount of charm. Unfortunately, I am not one to be charmed by its, seducing allure. I could live a whole long time without being in New York City. It has its pros and cons, but I'm good. I'm good on the Jersey side. Well, this is it. This is the first stop. Kind of pointless walk, but this is where I decided to go, to Grand Central Station. And it was okay. Like, it brought back memories of all the shows and movies you watched as a kid. There were half travelers and half tourists inside of this building. Like, there were tour guides and everything. I just went down the stairs, looked around, and left eventually. And I'm pretty sure this building is like pretty old, so it is still very pretty. Like this old construction, the ceiling, the little information thing in the middle. It's good. What's it called? Oh my god. What is that word? Not engineer. They're, architecture. Good architecture. There we go. I lost it there for a second. But yeah, it was the vibe. Took a couple pictures, then I left. So after leaving there, I decided to go eat some food because I'm in New York City and I'm starving. I just got off a plane. So I walked some more. I Googled where I wanted to go, walked to that, location, and ended up stopping at this ramen spot, but like this original Japanese ramen spot. And let me tell you, I was embarrassing myself from the moment I walked into this place. My hands were literally so freaking cold that I could not hold or move anything. Like I was dropping my phone, I was dropping the little receipt they gave me. It was awful. But this is, I think, Ichiran Ramen. They specialize in the solo eating, so you don't really have to talk to anyone if you're an introvert like me. So yeah, they gave me my spot, and I ordered some food. I was surprised to see this man give me the food, to be honest. To be very fair, I did not think I would see him back there, but the food was good. I don't know if he made it. You saw the confusion. I ordered the special, so it comes with the ramen, the extras, some egg. It was good, but Rai Ramen in Mount Laurel has yet to be beaten. I was struggling with the chopsticks. I don't know if you could tell that. My fingers still did not have warmth in them, but I got the food to my mouth. I had no issues doing that. Once I decided I was good to leave, I took the, 15-minute walk back to the train station to the New Jersey side, which was immediately chaotic. I don't know if you've ever taken the train in Jersey. those tracks are assigned 5 minutes or so before the train departs. So everyone is just kind of standing in the middle, and then when they see the track show up, everyone bolts to the nearest elevator. And it's just kind of, survival of the fittest. But I made it, as you can more than likely tell. I got on my train and made my way home. After spending a whole week in South America and tropical places, this is the worst sight to see. I was not a happy camper, but I was happy to see my children, Biggie and Red. They did not really care, to be honest, but what can you expect? It is the next day, and I look a little different, don't I? Yes, because I am preparing myself to leave my house. I did not realize that the Philadelphia flower show was happening literally that same week. So I landed in JFK, went home, took my cats home, I think, and then I got in the car the next day and drove over to Philly. And this is the Philadelphia skyline, and people tell me I'm crazy for driving in Center City. I don't really care. I wouldn't do New York City. Philadelphia is not too bad. It was bad that day because we had the flower show. But it's survivable. Did I park in a reserved spot? Yes, I did. But again, survival of the fittest. This year was a little different. They had the entrance kind of starting from outside this line. Usually you're just able to walk into the building and go up the elevators, but I guess it was, they had a lot of people coming, so they made that extra little spot. This is the beginning of the show, and it was okay. The first one I went to, I liked the most. The second one was kind of blah. This one was good. I liked this one too. So I spent the first couple minutes just walking around and getting a visual idea of what's going on. There were a lot of displays that were very pretty. This one was a little interesting. I thought they were real people, but they were mannequins. And then afterwards, I went around with my camera because I got a Canon camera, and then I took pictures of things that I thought were pretty. This was closer to the end of the, installation, so it wasn't as packed as it usually is when I go, but it still had a whole lot of people in there. You're turning around and bumping into other people in their wheelchairs and stepping on their toes. But all in all, a good turnout for the end of the show. And I've probably mentioned this in previous videos, I never thought that I had a favorite flower, but when I came to my first Philadelphia show and I saw the tulips, I'm like, okay, these are really pretty, these are, top of the list for me. So the art installations, I think, are the only things that change year to year. They always have this section on this side that like shows off all the individual plants that I guess people are growing. I do know that it's like a competition though, because you'll see people with vests and like this cord that like cords them off, and they're like walking around with clipboards and like grading things. So I think there's definitely like, oh, first in class, second in class type of competition going on. I do not know about the art installations though. I think it's just about the individual plants. And this is me with my camera looking awkward as heck. I liked this little piece because they let you like take selfies in each of those booths. This section here was new too, I think. I don't remember it in any of the other shows. It was like an art competition of the flowers that were in the, I don't know, plant competition. It was all very convolvulated, but there's people's drawings, watercolors, pencil paintings. It was really pretty. I liked it. And this is me leaving the showroom, and here are some of the pictures that I took. So as I was leaving, I thought it was done, but I kept seeing signs that said marketplace. So I was like, oh right, it's not like I need to buy anything, but might as well just go check it out. And I thought that this was the marketplace. This was not. This is like cute compared to what the marketplace was. I think this one just had a lot more, I don't know, handmade crafts type of deal. But the marketplace comes after this. The marketplace is downstairs. So the convention, the flower show is always upstairs. The marketplace quite literally took over the whole bottom floor. I have never, well, maybe I just didn't know it was happening when I went the last time, but there were so many shops, and I wasn't even planning on going, but I mean, it was there, so I was like, might as well go in. And I don't know if I'm capturing the scale of this thing. It was huge. I did not spend too long in here because number one, I wasn't trying to buy anything, but I would have gotten so overstimulated just by walking around and looking at everything. Everything was beautiful, you know, beautiful, well made. You could tell people had, you know, passion for their craft, but there was just so much. There was so much going on, and I personally, I was already tired. So I called it quits pretty early in this one. Once I left, imagine what? I got hungry. Well, I was hungry already. So this is me walking in Center City to try to find some food. I figured, I'm like, oh, I can go to Reading Terminal Market, but I always do that. Let me eat somewhere outside of where I always eat. So what I decided to do was to walk to Chinatown. So the restaurant I saw that had a lot of good reviews in Chinatown was this place called Dim Sum Garden, and it was decently close, so I just walked to there and got seated and ordered some food. And guys, don't be afraid to go on solo dates. I keep hearing people say like, oh, I wish I could do what you do and just go, and just literally just go. Like, I'm not trying to be an influencer or anything. Don't stay at home and become a hermit. You can go to these restaurants, you can go to these places. You do not need company necessarily. Is it more fun with company? Yes. But you can also do it by yourself and, take pictures. Why not? So I ended up getting spring rolls, white rice, chili oil chicken, and then spicy pork dim sum. And there's something I did not realize was a thing. Chinese chopsticks are way different than Japanese chopsticks. I'm used to ramen and eating with those chopsticks, so I was, I'm usually good. I was struggle busting through that whole meal. I actually asked for a fork because I was like, I don't know what the heck I'm doing, but it was good, like 9 out of 10. The chili oil chicken was not actually spicy, but I'm assuming they just make it for the demographic. Anyway, once I left there, I wanted a sweet treat, so for that, yes, I did go to Reading Terminal Market. I love this place. I don't know what all is in here. I haven't really explored it all, because when I go, I usually just go straight to my places. I go to is it Mediterranean place in the front to get my baklava. I go to this restaurant, Beck's Cajun Cafe, to get my train wreck sandwich, and then I sometimes get the donuts, but I did not want to do that this time. I decided to get out of my comfort zone, and I regretted it immediately because these cookies were actually not that good. But there was a line and they were sweet, so I figured I would try them. I spent, I think, $6 per cookie, and I got 2 cookies. These were not worth $12, but again, the experiences had to be made. Unfortunately though, that's about the last thing I did on this vacation. I got my cookies, went to my car, and then drove home, and then life continued. I think I went to work the very next day. It was very upsetting to me, as you can see here. But what can I say? Life is life. Thanks for watching, everyone. It's been 3 videos of madness, but this is the end of my New Year's escapades. I had a lot of fun making these videos for you guys, and I had more fun experiencing what I'm making the videos of. New videos to come soon, but if you liked it, please like and subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate it. But yeah, see you later.